Oh, well, hello. It's Thursday night. Good evening. It's time for us to almost end the week. We're almost there, right, little hump. But what we're gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna hang out. We're gonna draw. We're gonna finish some pages. We have some projects in front of us that have been waiting to get done. I think across the board. So I'm so excited. I've been working on this Love and Lasers piece for a couple weeks. I did some inks. In fact, I'll show you guys where I'm at real fast. There we go.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. So making my way through. I want to finish this tonight. So let's start the show then. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Bloxdorf. Welcome to this Comix Wellspring live drawing show, Spilled Ink, where we're spilling ink and spilling the tea. And with me is not my standard, wonderful, amazing, astonishing, spectacular co-host. Instead, we kind of wrangled in our substitute. I guess you're subbing tonight, dude. Aaron Z. Lee's my co-host tonight.
It's me, Pens and Pedals. Yeah, it's actually my claim to fame. I'm an art teacher, high school art teacher in upstate New York, and I never subbed, not a single time.
Oh, this is time to get those credentials in.
Yeah,
we got to get it at some point.
Filling them in on the back. There we go. I can talk. I promise.
And you've also been working on some pages on the show the last couple of weeks for a book you're doing. What are you doing tonight?
Tonight I am doing some tones. So what you don't see is that I have my laptop right behind my drafting table here, and I am getting some pages ready to drop some gray tones on there. Because I don't know if you're like this, but like the closer I get to having like a project done, it's almost like I'm repelled a little bit, and then I need to build up pencils for another project. So all week long I've been doing pencils for other stuff, and now I'm back to wrapping this up.
Love it. I'm hyped. So we're gonna have a fun night of like inking and doing cool stuff. So that's always great. We get to have a good conversation then. And let me just, before we jump to our other guests, to go across the chat. Graphic Modern, hello. Neon Cannon, hello. Dude, I'm so glad your books came in. Great stuff. I'm so hyped. They look beautiful. Join our Discord and you can see Neon Cannon's books on when they came in. And then Tomonomicon, dude, hello for one. And it's all vertical because guess what? It's crazy. YouTube or StreamYard now gives us two links. It creates a mobile version and a desktop version. So if you just go to the CWS YouTube page, you could choose the desktop version. But I dropped the mobile one because that seems to be performing really well across the channel. So it's a little test. I think a lot of people watch this stuff on their phones.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm old and I don't use my phone enough for certain things. But yeah, crazy. So yeah, if you want to use desktop, just go to the CWS page. You could grab that version. But and Victor, hello, dude. Right, it's a cool feature though. Hey, so let's go across the room. Due to his dedication, let's say hi to him first. Hanging out in a hallway to do Spilled Ink tonight. Greg Diggs, my dude, how are you? Where are you right now? I kind of forgot.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am in Art Guild right now. It's like an art club that's here in my college, and they're pretty awesome. This is one of my first meetings. I had joined a couple of clubs most recently, but I was actually at another one that I had joined maybe a day or so ago. But they're doing like an open mic night over there. So I was like, oh, it's either okay, kind of deal with a lot of music or comedy or random stuff in the background, or be at a place where, there are a bunch of artists and stuff on. And I forgot some material, so some people here are pretty awesome.
Dude, that's hype though. That's cool. You have a little space to do all that, and still hang out with us because you still got great reception, so it works.
I was hoping so, because I'm on the school Wi-Fi right now, and I never had to use it before. But so far, it's seeming pretty great. So I definitely appreciate you guys for having me. I apologize if it's noisy in the background.
You're all good. I appreciate your diligence on the muting and unmuting. So it's awesome. What are you working on tonight, real fast, before we move to the next guest?
Well, that's the thing. Initially, I meant to grab my iPad and my Apple Pencil and actually work on a couple pages of Dorn. There was also like a kind of prequel that I thought of in like the middle of the night, and I wound up sketching that up, and it was called Grok. But I really wanted to get to Grok and a little bit of Dorn today so I could finish them both side by side. So I know the stories will canonically flow. But since I forgot all things that were connected to it, just in a rush, trying to get to doctor's appointments and things of that nature, I'm getting some Western art done for this museum that's about to have an art show soon. I've been meaning to kind of get to that for a little bit, but I'm hoping to be able to get some art up in there sometime soon.
Dude, awesome! Super hyped to see. I can't wait to see that when you next come on the show too. That'll be exciting. And also, we have a returning guest, our dude Mark Luther. Mark, how are you, my dude?
I'm well, and yourself?
Doing good, doing good. What are you working on tonight?
I did vote for your pencilist.
Thank you. Super hyped. And we'll talk about that. The Zelda Awards are up right now. I can't wait. My penciler inker for my book coming out in May is on the ballot. So I appreciate you voting for her. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Super exciting. What are you working on tonight, man?
I'm working on page 45. Last week I finished 44. So I got 5 more pages until I hit 50. And then, when you do a story and you draw and you're like, okay, this is where it ends. I mean, you could go forever with the characters. So
I feel that. I'm kind of doing that with this thing right now. I'm almost to an end point where I want to put it into a book, but it's just not. It's not there yet. So I think I'm like 3 or 4 pages away from actually putting it together. So I gotta have it done by May. So that's my deadline. So we'll see how that goes. I feel that though.
That gives you a good deadline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, free comic book day. We'll talk about that too. I'm doing a little tabling event. I'd love to see what you all are up to as well. But cool, sweet. Our next guest, I'm super excited for because he's new. I love having new blood on the show. It's always fun. It's always interesting. And our dude's super awesome. We have Kris from Kris and Kris. That's super awesome because Kris, if you know Longbox Punk, this is his collaborative partner. How are you doing, dude?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing good. What you working on?
This is the back cover to our upcoming anthology, AHA. We were real clever and decided a horror anthology would be a great acronym to go with. Kris sent me this picture of this Ghostly Tales. He was like, I'd love to do something that's an homage to this. And I was like, why don't we just make it the back cover? So just playing with it.
That's going to be fun. Yes. Man. Dude, I'm super hyped to have you on the show. It's going to be, we're going to ask you a bunch of questions because you're new here. So you get to talk to us about everything and anything. So be prepared. But before that, we got to talk to William Keops Ibañez, longtime watcher, couple-time visitor. We've missed him for a while. William, how you doing?
I'm all right. How's it going, everyone?
Super hyped you're on the show today. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. And your inking is just beautiful, dude. What tools are you using right now?
I'm using a watercolor brush. I think it's the Pentel. It's a size 3. And,
I have one of those too. Yeah.
I might alternate for the Winsor Newton, but can't go wrong with it. Yeah, and that's in, just microns and the Hunt 102, of course. Hunt 102.
Yeah.
So it's going back and forth between them.
Nice.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. It's so tight. Those are some really good inks, dude.
Oh, thank you.
This is what, issue 4 that you're working on at the moment?
Issue 4 of Codex of the Jaguar. It's coming along, and I kind of worked differently this time. I tried penciling on 6x9, which is really small, and then blowing up those kind of thumbnails to 11x17. So you kind of see this is blown up from like a very small sheet of paper, and then I'm light boxing it. And yeah, because it was taking a while to do one issue. It's taken me like a year to do an issue, and I feel like this might have sped up my process a bit. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's going faster, but maybe not.
You're getting faster, I feel too. Like I feel like these are really like they're getting cleaner than from what I was looking at with their issue 2 and 3 recently.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it takes a while to get a vibe, It's I don't know.
Yes.
It's kind
Yeah.
of you start memorizing your shortcuts and shorthands for things.
Graphic Modern says, "Sup, yo yo, go William. Everyone is talented. I wish I could draw."
Up, Graphic
You could-
Modern. It's
You,
another
you could
fellow
draw.
artist.
You gotta just come with us. You gotta come on the show. And then the Comic Unknown posing a question over here. Glad to see you. Dude, I love Comic Unknown. He's such a great guy. Shout out to him. He has great books. In fact, Phantasmagoria is on my list for Cats, Comics, and Coffee. It got moved to the pile I have. So super hyped. But anyways, glad to see the love of more horror anthologies. How many stories will AHA have?
That is going to be 9 stories. We're going to have 3 different cover artists. We're not calling them A, B, or C. They're all just, and that's more of an effort to make it like no one is the main cover. But yeah, 9 stories, 3 different covers, all fairly new voices in indie comics, just like trying to bring a space together for them to start getting some traction.
Nice.
Love it, dude. We got to talk about your whole thing real fast. I'm gonna just promote my own horn. We also have a horror anthology, Apollo City Comics. We just put out. It's actually available on our store now. Collaborated with Jay Louder on this. I think I don't know how many stories is this. It's a pretty packed book, dude. There's like 12 stories in here. I want to say it's a lot. And Brian Arnold, Quinn Leary. There's so many. I have a story in here. I get killed in here. You guys want to see me die real fast? Oh well, I don't officially die, but there's a scene, and it's implied at least. Man, look at those zombies.
Those are great.
Yeah,
Nice. It's a good page.
dude. Yeah, Jay Louder is the man, and we had a great contributing artist. Our dude Jeff DeMars, who's always watching the show, is on here. Max Flowers is in here. Tanner did my story. My story, dude, actually talk about editorial goof ups, but like being, I don't know, the way I wrote that story, it worked out. I'm gonna find it real fast. I mixed up the pages. And when you go through these books, you go through them like 20,000 times before they go to print,
Oh yeah.
and you look at every single mistake. And I was looking at everyone's mistake and I didn't realize mine. So this is just a heads up to everyone. Look at your own work when you do anthologies too, because you're not always right. It was supposed to be these 2 pages, and then you turn the page to the 2-page spread, but it starts off with a 2-page spread and then goes to the 2 pages. However, it still flows the way I wrote it. So saving grace of however I did that. I don't know. Pure luck, thank God. But yeah, check out the found footage anthology, which is super rad. What inspired you to do a horror anthology, Chris?
So I had started out doing my first comic was a horror short story, and I ended up coming up with this character. His name is Roger, and he's like a fucked up marionette version of Mr. Rogers. That I was like, this is like a great storyteller, and we had submitted to a couple of different anthologies together, and Chris had submitted separately to one too, and I was just like, this is just rumbling in my head, and like, man, we can just do it. And then he was doing his Wednesday night box talk and was like, I'm thinking about maybe we should just do it. And I'm like, yeah, we need to talk after this. So that's just after that, it was like, let's just figure out a way to put it together. And we're learning a lot of lessons. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah, you learn a lot when you do a book like an anthology. That was the first thing I ever did, was the punk anthology. Learned a lot of lessons with that one. Learned even more lessons with Cybersync. I learned even more with the Shadow anthology. But now we're like, dude, we put out, it was insane. At the beginning of 2025, the first 4 months, Apollo put out 4 anthologies. We did This Comic Kills Fascists. The found footage anthology was getting kickstarted. One hitters and Kick Out the Jams. It was January, February, and then 2 of them in March.
Jesus.
And but we learned so many lessons from the past. We were able to like spit them out. We knew how to like we know the formula of just like this is how you shuffle the deck and like put it together. And we made some quick ones, and it's pretty sweet. But
You get any
dude,
sleep?
our
That's a lot, man. Holy,
yeah,
that's a lot. That's amazing though. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
it's really cool. But like Apollo put out, like I don't know, like 13, 14 books last year, if not more.
That's amazing,
But
man.
it's cool producing that many, but I fell behind on my stuff. I will say that. Like I've produced a lot of comics, but like a lot of my work hasn't like really hit yet because I've been focused on other things. But this year I'm really excited that I have 2 books coming out for sure, maybe 3 actually, 3 books coming out that are my titles.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hyped.
Thanks out there.
But anthologies, dude, they're a beast. Like, I mean, Chris and I was talking to him about finances the other night, and I think both of us, like, you gave me ideas that I never thought of, and I gave you some ideas that you had never thought of, and
Yeah.
I've done how many, and like you taught me like 2 or 3 things, and I was like, whoa, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Which is so wild to think of, like, especially like you said, after just cranking them out like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's it's one of those things. You guys are organized in a really good way. Like you guys like think of what you do as a business, and I think a lot of creators don't consider that or think about that very often.
Yeah, we really try to think of it like that, and like how do you grow? It's not like we think we're going to be the next Marvel by any means, of course, but like how do you get more people to actually read your shit? So, and how do you take what you've made this time and make it work for the next one? All that kind of stuff gets thought of.
Is there anything like you feel like you've learned the most? Like what's a huge lesson you feel like you've picked up in the last like year since your guys' first book?
Oh man, I think my biggest learning lesson as a person is get comfortable with being on the camera and having your voice recorded, because Jesus Christ, I can't stand listening to myself. And I don't like looking at myself. So like I just edit shit, and like I started doing these Thursday mornings. I'll sit in the parking lot at my office and go over what I got at the comic shop the night before. I don't even edit that shit. I just put it on TikTok and go. Literally while I'm walking in. Because I just can't stand looking at myself, but I want to drive, a conversation about comics. It's not even necessarily about, hey, come check our shit out at that point. It's like, hey, let's talk about something fun.
That's the key to it, man. Honestly, like even I get nervous before every show still, like no matter what show I do, and I do like 3 shows now. Like it's and I'm always stuffy, and that annoys me, and so I sound like I feel like weird all the time, or I can't breathe. That's why I sit weird sometimes, because I literally can't breathe through my nose, and then I'm just like I need to breathe. Like, I'm trying not to look obvious, like and I'm just like that's like my what do they call it in poker? Like your twitch,
tell,
whatever it is. Yeah, your tell.
Yeah, tell.
Did you know? I don't know if this will help you with the nose thing, but Bob Ross like breathed in like Vicks vapor rub after before he did every single show, so that way he could like breathe clearly and speak clearly.
Oh, dude, I'll try that. That's sick.
I mean,
I need to do more vocal like exercises or drink tea and whatnot. Like, I need to actually take care of myself because I do this so much. I don't know why I don't consider that.
Yeah, but you come off professionally anyways.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you do a great job. Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I can only breathe through one nostril at a time, so I definitely get that.
Yeah, it's terrible. Oh, it's so rough. When I lived in Texas, I was like, oh, it's like dust and dirt outside. No wonder I can't breathe. But now that I'm in Virginia, I'm like, I don't get it. I think it's the heater that's like on that dries me out.
But you know some stuff. Well, I don't know if you've done like vocal stuff, but I feel like anybody who speaks, you could really benefit from like vocal lessons or something like that. I still work with music teachers, but I used to hang out with the music teachers a lot, and I would hear them talk about singing and like pushing the diaphragm and all this other stuff, or like how not to strain your voice. I think all that would be great, like information to know about just when you like for any kind of speaking, really.
Well, especially when you're tabling all day and you're just
Mhm.
shouting at people, like yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't want to be out of breath when they come to your table and you're just like, I want to tell you about this book. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming
Yep.
over here. I
That's
was
why
yelling so loud.
I give them the opportunity to walk away when they first get over there. I go, I'm Aaron, and this is my stuff, and then I like get catch up on my breathing. It's like if they stick around, it's like, okay, I have a few pitches. If you'd like to hear some pitches, like the extreme soft sell is what works for me.
I think all those type of tabling secrets are just stuff that you don't consider until you've tabled like 8 or 9 times. And you're like, what can make my life easier?
Oh yeah. Oh, I have a whole thing of Tupperware. It's not Tupperware, but it's like a sealable plastic container. In there, I've got a bunch of art supplies, a small thing of like marker pad paper, which is almost crystal. And in there, I've got like cough drops, hand sanitizer, scissors, tape. It's just like,
Dude, yeah, you build like your supply pack, you know?
well, because it's even more important. Because like, what happens if the person who's like next to you forgets one of those things, and then you got them covered. Now you got a friend for life, right? And then they can watch your table when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
This is very true.
I always take an extension cord to shows. Sometimes
Yeah.
these shows don't have like the wall socket, and people need power for their laptops or phones, and that's a good way to meet people.
I always got a spare battery.
The power brick. Power brick. Yeah.
Somebody, is that music
that.
or somebody playing the flute?
That is my oven telling us that that song is that it's done. It does a couple different ones.
That was amazing. I was trying to decipher like kids' toy or like oven.
Yep.
But no, you know, Kris, like going back to that, like yeah, getting adjusted to like a public persona is like it's strangely important in the day and age of comics. That's why I try to give people like a little platform on Splitting, you know, like it's something small, but it tries to help.
We are grateful for it. I know I'm grateful to have an outlet.
Absolutely.
Oh, let me catch up on the chat real fast too. The Comic Unknown says Phantasmagoria issue 1 had 9 stories, around 90 pages, and 11 variants. Pretty sure we pissed someone off at CWS. I don't do customer service, but I don't think so. I think they love you. Issue 2 will be 10 stories with over 100 pages and 11 variants, giving a standard, and each story has a limelight with their own variant. Okay. Dude, so many variants. That's wild. Do you have success with variants? What are you guys' thoughts on variants and variant covers?
I hadn't really done them before, but I might have been talking about this last week. A lot of these commissions that I asked for from people like years and years ago are like all finally done and in the can. So I might do some variants of the collected edition of my Wesley the Robot story. And I see when people are on Kickstarter, they'll do these big collected volumes with different covers. Like the Negative Burn is coming out through Zoop. There's a whole bunch of variant covers. So it's like, why not a variant cover for a big collected edition? So I'll probably end up doing that soon.
Oh. I don't do many. Oh, yeah, Kris, I'm gonna mute you for just a minute until you talk, just because there's a little noise.
Yeah, go for it.
I got you. But yeah, variants are always rough for me. I always just do one. that's kind of my. I think I've done maybe. I don't think I've done a book that has two variants. Have I? No, I don't think so. Most of the times it's just either one cover or a variant. Has Jaguar had any variants? I don't recall you having variants, William.
No. It's just one cover for each issue.
Okay, that makes sense. Is that just because? Would you want like someone to do like a variant for you, or is it just something you want to keep like your art strictly towards?
My thoughts on variants. I'm like having flashbacks to when I was in like 8th grade or high school. I remember picking up an Image comic, thinking I hadn't had it because it had a new cover,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
running home and like opening it because they bag and board them, and it's like, fuck, I already had this issue. It's like
Yeah, I feel that.
I didn't check the numbering. I just got excited because I was a little kid. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do variants when I'm older. Maybe just like an alternate color, like maybe invert the colors or something like that. But pretty much I keep the art the same, so it's not confusing for people. But there are amazing like artists who like you pitch in and like in the indie comic scene when you get like a really cool artist to do one of your covers. I think that's awesome. But yeah,
You figured you would do a different cover if it was like an anniversary or some special issue.
Yeah,
Well,
I could be down with
Yeah.
like an anniversary type thing. Yeah, it'd be great to get like an artist to do their take on it.
So, or do you take pinups or anything for your books?
Who, me?
Actually, any of you?
Oh, I love pinups.
Yeah, Aaron loves pinups. Aaron's a pinup guy.
No, I haven't done pinups. That's an idea. I have to think about that.
It'd be fun.
I'd be down with that. Yeah, that's actually not bad. I remember when I was in art school, a lot of kids would get the teachers to do a pinup for their like indie comic, and like the teachers would be graceful enough to do it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I'd totally be down with that.
Kris, what are you doing pinups for your anthology?
So we're gonna do all 3 covers without trade dress as pinups. I think we're gonna do 5x7. Smart thinking on making sure it'll all fit in a flat package. Is the thought there. But as a reader, even I've had the same thing happen where I've bought the same issue twice, and then I've also had the that was an incentive cover and we didn't hit that, so you get the A cover, thanks. So on both sides, variants are fun, but I think you got to do more than just the variant cover to make it worthwhile, in my opinion. That's where I like the print.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I used to be like into some variant covers like at one point, but then you realize like they're more costly on everyone's part from the audience to like more spending. I don't know. But like, what the Comic Unknown did, this is interesting. It's my comps to each team. They use their cover for their cons. Huh.
Oh,
That's smart. That's actually pretty smart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Policy? Totally.
How many comps do you guys give for anthologies? Comic Unknown. Or anyone, if anyone wants to answer that too. I always give one. My thing is always one comp. That's like my standard. I just felt like that was fair. I didn't know what else to do.
yeah, that's pretty generous too. To give any comp, I think is generous.
Very true. I've seen people that don't give comps, and I always thought that was kind of weird. I was like, you should at least try to budget that in with your order.
Yeah, that's
Or
a
no,
little
you get
no
sacrifice.
comps at all. I don't know.
Yeah,
hear
In my
stories of-
experience, it's 1 to 5.
1 to 5. That's cool. That's super cool.
I read stuff from pros where like they don't get comps of their work, which I think is
Damn,
weird,
man.
but I don't know.
That's messed up.
Yeah, at least one, man. What was Todd McFarlane's complaint at Marvel? I can't even get a T-shirt.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Famously.
Yeah, I've always, that just comes from like trying to figure out what I can afford without hurting myself. Because I mean, I'm not that great. I need to do better on the business side of Apollo. Like I hands down do. But especially at first, you're just like, I just want to make everybody happy and feel included, And I think that's like really important as well. Sorry, I'm having to draw these perfect circles for the letters, and I'm like, oh, I messed up.
No worries. Like a thought that I've had lately too about the business side is like have something be like really high production value but really low cost to produce. Like I'm really investigating doing some zine stuff, I think, or like do a comic as a zine because I can just run it out of photocopier. It all stems from like most things, my millions of hours of listening to Cartoonist Kayfabe and Jim Rugg and those guys, and I'm stealing that thought directly from him, where he was talking about when he first did Street Angel, and he tried to do like the highest production value he could on a photocopied zine with the first Street Angel, and then he sold out of it. So I'm like, there must be something to that. Like if you over deliver on a real lo-fi format.
That's kind of what I want to do with this book. I want to do it all zine style and just sell it like that and see if I could kind of score with it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like, I think this is page 6 or 7. And I have an idea for 2 more pages. So I don't know if I'm going to end it there or like do 3 more just to have like an ending for this like chapter. They're all 1-page random stories. It's not like any of them connect so far. But like, I think I just want to make it worth it as well. And I feel like 6 pages is almost there, but not quite.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. What's a good zine size for you guys? What do you guys feel is appropriate for a purchase of a book of some sort?
In terms of pages, like I do an 8.5 by 5.5. I wouldn't go above 32 pages because then I think it just gets a little too unwieldy.
Oh, that's big. I never thought about doing a zine that big.
I have a horror, one-man horror anthology thing that ended up being 32 pages, but it's 3 stories.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, Creep of the Crop. I don't know where this comes from. Maybe it's like a Hammer horror thing, but there are lots of really long titles in horror. So mine is just a parody of that. It's the full title is Creep of the Crop and the Crop of Creeps Croptacular Crop Show.
Whoa.
Awesome.
And then if somebody listens to that, I go, it's pretty crappy.
It's ridiculous.
It's just all shtick at the table.
Amazing.
It's like so much. I had a buddy of mine tabled to me, and he heard me say all this stuff enough, so he knows all of it. So we started doing like this 2-man shtick routine, which was like really over the top. And I had like this giant pencil that I was drawing with, and the girl, these girls were in front of us that we were talking to, and they're like, "You guys should have a podcast." And at the time, we did, and we turned to each other and go, "We do," and then they went off and they got more people to come back to just listen to the pitch. And who listened to him was like, "Oh, they've got to make a sale here now." No sale. Come on. It's like we did a performance. But that's how it goes.
That's amazing. Yeah. For real though.
I love how people would come to my table and they would look into the stuff and they say, "Oh, I'll be back later. I'll buy a copy." Then you don't see them for the rest of the day. You're like, okay.
You see, the thing that I learned from doing conventions is never have a sample comic, because those mofos will either flip through it and decide that either they do want to get it or they don't, or they'll kind of like this one guy, he kind of rolled it up and he's holding on to it while he's talking to me, and I was like, "Nah, bro, like that, I'm gonna get it back."
Right after that? That's crazy. That's
He didn't even buy. He's like, "Oh, I'll be right back," and I didn't see him for the rest of the night.
That's messed up.
I did a show at the New York State Teachers Association conference because the tables were cheap, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And it was weird. I think they forgot about me because they gave me like a table that was like against a wall, so I couldn't get behind it. So I was just like lurking in front of my table. And the lady came up and just like picked up one of my comics and flipped through it, and then she started walking away. I was like, whoa! I'm the artist. Like those aren't free. I'm sorry. It's like I was like A2 fellow art teachers. Like,
yeah, right. Jeez,
like hello.
that's insane.
Did I do okay? I think I did end up selling some stuff though.
You see, with my first convention, I wound up doing this one thing. You know, I'm not gonna say the name of it just in case, but it was like an experience that I've always wanted. I was surrounded by artists that were just amazing, and the downside was they gave us little bits of information about the night as like time came. So basically, like the week before, then I was asking all sorts of questions, like, okay, what's the deposit? What's this, and that? So I know how much I need to make back. They let us know all that, but they didn't tell us they were going to charge people $15 the week of for entry, $20 the day of at the and at the door. So that limited like a lot of people that were coming inside, and it was mostly family and friends that were there. So I realized, like, okay, like the whole vibe was like, okay, they have a DJ, they're making food that is free if you pay the entry fee, but the downside being is you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are kind of like, I don't want to say overcharging, but their prices were a whole lot higher than the stuff I was charging for, and I was the only comic artist there. Everybody else was either photographers or they did really fine art and things of that nature. So that night, I at least got most of my deposit back, but for the most part, like it was a bad location. I did so much better anywhere else.
Yeah, I did a show that it was a local show around here, and they charged entry, and like it's a pretty economically recessed area around here, so like charging somebody even $5, especially if it's like a pop culture thing. Like it's going to be mostly kids who don't have any money who are going to come in and like, the best they could do is just buy a bunch of cheap stuff at a show. But if you price them out at entry, they can't even come in and buy the cheap stuff. So I didn't end up talking to the people there, but I wanted, like, if you're going to do something like that, charge the people at the table a higher cost to keep the entry free. And that would cost me money as a person who's tabling, but if you just cut off the flow, like it's not going to work for anybody.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories about stuff like that. Like Hobbs, he's been on the show before. He told me about an event where it was at a bar where like they didn't charge you to get in the bar, but they charged you to get into that area where they're having the event. So they would charge like $20, and he didn't even know that they were going to do that. And you pay $20, and then it was such a tight area, like you couldn't have two people walk by at once. It was basically like a train line, and it was just like it was rough. It was rough, and he was like, it was the most worthless, pointless con ever.
You gotta let the people in.
Yeah,
it's like those block parties, right? And they block it off and then charge you to walk through the.
Yeah, for reals. So I'm focusing on this hand right now. So, Kris, how did you take submissions? I've heard different ways of people doing anthologies, but I'm curious how you guys took in your submissions.
We put together a Google form and set it up to where you could submit as a writer, a cover artist, or a sequential artist. And if you were doing sequential or writing, you could just say, I want to submit and do the story on my own as a cartoonist.
That's wild. So you teamed up people for the first time to make comics too, in that sense, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
We had 2 cartoonists and then 7 teams that we put together. And that was a very interesting process, but not a hard one. And I
Okay.
think we just set it up the right way because it was like, okay, this person likes drawing this kind of stuff according to what they put in. So we'll put them with this person who wrote this. And we literally had one team where we flip-flopped. And it was just to get a better fit.
Wow. Dude, so, I mean, and how long was the process behind this? What was the deadlines? Like, how long were some of these stories then?
So we had them, we really were like, new people need to see everything. Submit a pitch only.
Okay.
So at the beginning, it was just the pitch. I don't want to see your script. I want to see your pitch. Like, let's play with all the skills that you are going to want to build on, you know? And so going through the pitches wasn't terrible. There were a few where there were some learning lessons for the person that pitched, and like just honest, like, here's where you could have done better type lessons, and no harm, no foul. Please submit again. Like, but going through the art, that was a lot of work.
Oh, I bet. So what did you, wow. So how did you narrow down your decision making on art? Did you see sequential samples or?
Yes, we had anyone that was submitting for sequentials. We had them submit any sequentials they may have done, and if they didn't have any that they'd done because they were that new, then just like submit some pictures that you're pretty proud of, and we'll give you enough faith to, you know, make some sequentials.
That's wild. So you guys like, did you work with them through thumbnails and like the production status of it as well?
So we did finish out scripts that way with the writers, but what we did was we set up a Discord, and every team has their own private channel that only the 4 of us are in, me, Kris, and the other 2. Unless you're a cartoonist, then it's just the cartoonist, which those are very quiet, but they're working away. And we're just watching them vibe as far as that goes. Like, once the script is done, okay, now it's your turn to make this a group project, basically.
Crazy. That's wild. That's cool, man. What an experience. That's a lot of fun. That's rad. That's a lot of work. That's so rad. Like, that's so cool. You guys did that for people and gave them a chance like that. And like an editorial experience too with that at the same time.
Oh, absolutely. Because we've edited scripts, we've, you know, provided insight on the art, and usually once a week, at least one of us hops onto the Discord, one of the Discord voice channels, and we're just there. So you can come hang, you can talk about your story, we can talk about whatever you need to talk about, basically.
Okay, that's rad. I love that. Or do you have that Discord open to public, or is it just like for projects?
Right now, it's just the people that are in this anthology are the ones that have access.
Nice. Yeah, we have an Apollo City Comics Discord too. Right now, it's just team members. We're gonna open it up to public. We're gonna kind of open it with the people that we let into our recent anthology, this Comic Coast Fashion Stores. So we're gonna do like a channel there and see how that rolls. But it's because we launched the CWS Discord. I didn't want to open 2 Discord channels at the same time to the public and have to deal with that because I managed this one. Yeah.
That was a lot.
Dude, Discord channels are a lot of work, I'm finding out. Like,
they are, and goddamn, if you are not paying attention, they'll get out of hand and you'll miss conversation. And that's just as a user, let alone like trying to pay attention to people that are wanting you to say something about their stuff.
Yeah. Now I don't even pay attention to other Discord channels. I'm just on the CWS one, basically. Like, it's my only spot. My personal channels, if anyone here has ever messaged me on a personal channel, you know how bad I am at answering, because I'm just like, I have to keep up with CWS stuff, and it's a lot.
No, it's crazy.
Never crossed it.
There's one Discord I joined and I had to put it on mute because it kept going off during my work when I'm working. And
Yeah.
I'd be in meetings
Oh,
with
yeah.
my boss and like the phone wouldn't stop vibrating, so I had to mute notifications for it.
I had to do the
I
same.
totally get it.
Yeah, all of mine are muted actually.
I forgot to mute one of them, and it's a group full of like great people, but like they're just goofing around and like posting things about their cats and like other things. So, like I'm driving and like all these alerts come through on like my display on my car. I'm just like, I don't need to know all this information, you know. Coffee, cats, and comics, great show, but I don't need those updates about cats as I'm driving to work. You know what I mean? Like that can wait for lunch. I can get the cat updates out.
You always got to stop for a cat, man. Got to pull over.
Dude, I know.
Like,
I activated like some bot on the CWS Discord where like it tags everybody when there's like a YouTube upload. So I've been like trying to be cautious, but like I'm having to upload shorts like crazy, and so I know it goes off at least like 2 to 3 times a day. There's an everybody tag on the CWS Discord. And I'm like, I'm sorry guys, but I need you to watch this.
You got to get on the bullhorn.
there's this one author I follow from Spain. She's like this really good author, and I was like, oh, I'll subscribe to her like Instagram updates because she posts books that she has for sale and everything. And she posted like at 5 or 4 in the morning, like our time, because I get it. We're like 8 hours like apart.
Mhm.
And it's just like every night I was getting woken up. I had to like.
Oh my gosh, dude, no.
It's
Dude,
not-
my phone is just on do not disturb. Like I don't like no if anybody ever tries to call me, go straight to voicemail. Like
That's
I'm-
smart.
I just keep it on that constantly because there's no other way I could handle it. And what's crazy is that there's chatter going on in the CWS Discord because it's going off in my headphones like crazy as we talk about this, which is funny.
I guess there's a way that you can set certain accounts to go through. Like my wife has set it up on her phone. I don't know how to do it on mine. But like if I were to call her during the day, even if her phone's on do not disturb, like it would still ring.
Oh yeah. I do that. So like there's like 3 people that could get a hold of me. It's my girlfriend, Alex Batts, and I think Mark Bernal from Lesser Known Comics. Like that's if anyone who has to get a hold of me, and my dad. That's it. That's about it.
Smart.
Oh, I didn't do these right when I drew them, so I have to wiggle my way to figure this out.
Just fix it in post.
I realized I could do that too. I'm just like I have to fix some stuff on my iPad anyways. Like I do touch ups with like my Zipatone over my iPad.
Yeah. I found
I gotta learn how to color. I really do.
keep it simple. Just use one color.
Didn't you
That's
color
what if-
when you were in kindergarten? Did you play
It
with
was
those
so long
crayons?
ago. It was so long ago.
What was it?
No, I need to pick up a coloring book and just like color with it. That's what actually China Rosemary was telling me about that. What you could vote for on the Zelda Awards right now, which we will eventually talk about. But I just need to pick up a coloring book and just color. I have some. They're in my living room. I just gotta decide to do that.
There's inserts in like the old Warren magazines, like Creepy and Eerie and Vampirella, where they would just do like pink or blue on top of that line art, and I think that stuff looks
Yeah, I've thought about doing stuff like that. I do that with some of my iPad stuff once I do it, just putting up like one color background. But David Lujan, his first few books, he used like 3 colors for each book, and that was it. And I was like, that's smart. I should do that. Just 3 colors.
Yeah, limited color schemes, because like so much of the digital glossy color, they're just like, we're just going to use 5,000 colors on this. Like when you cut it down, it really stands out. I'm also a huge fan of black and white too. Like I wasn't sure if I was going to throw a tone on this, like what I was talking about with like a pink or blue. But I'm really liking the gray tone maybe, so maybe this will just stay a black and white story.
It's kind of why I decided to do this one black and white. Was just like, well, if I'm gonna print it at home, it's gonna be a zine.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things, just cost efficiency.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to color because it's like
Yeah.
Star Wars themed. It'd probably be fucking cool colors. Like there's like lasers and shit.
Well, you can always do color cover.
So, okay, my big marketing scheme for Teenage Babylon. Because I know we have issues with that, that mid-campaign slump and whatnot, we all get, or that issue 2 or 3 slump that a lot of creators get.
Yeah.
So I put out the ash can, right? The ash can is like 12 pages, and it's I sell it for $5 typically, or I give it away for free. I mostly give it away for free. And this year, that's issue 0. It's an ash can. It's like a prelude. And then this year, issue 1 is coming out, and they're both black and white. So I have both of these black and white, ash can, issue 1. And then when I bring it back, instead of doing issue 2, I want to do part 1, which is essentially issues 1 through 3 and colored. So even if you bought issue 1, you're inclined to buy this issue, this complete trade now too.
That's smart. I think making it different for different reissues is a good idea.
Yeah.
So that way, even if you have it, you don't have the color edition.
And then just combining it right away, like here's the interest, and then part 2 will come out after that, because you could sell part 1 for like a year or 2.
Yeah.
And then you just do part 2, which is issues 4 through 6.
And people appreciate value, I think. I know I do.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm working on that idea right now for everything. I'll lower my camera because I'm working so low.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. That's why I like I'm like obsessed with the Creepy and Eerie magazines. But like those Dark Horse collections they put out, they're like giant chunks of stuff. They're just like such a good value, and the art in there is just incredible.
It's amazing. Those are always great to have.
I'm addicted to them. It's like if a new one comes out, the comic shop just gets them for me. I'm like, I don't care, I need it.
It's good study material. I always, like, as a writer, I'd get drawn to like the story right away. And not all of them are bad, but some of them are a little rough,
Yeah.
But I need to just study it as an artist at that point.
Well, also like I like the idea of an anthology too, because they get in and get out and get to the point. And even if you do a longer story, I think that's a good lesson, because that's one of the complaints. Not that I read a lot of mainstream stuff, but like everything is so decompressed. You read 24 issues and you're like, where are we going? I have no idea what's happening, what's moving, what's not moving. So that idea of like keeping it snappy, I love that.
I feel that. So, heavy metal and all that stuff. Well, even heavy metal, sometimes they had continuous stuff, and you're like, I'm reading part 12 of I don't know what.
Yeah, like I'm reading the relaunch of heavy metal right now, and it's Iniki Bilal, I think.
Uh-huh.
The Eastern European guy. His stuff used to look more like Mobius with like fine lines, but now he does a lot of acrylics and pastels. And his stuff is beautiful, but it's a lot of like political intrigue and like world disasters and discussion of people, like people discussing things. And it's cool. I like it, but it's not as visceral as like an 8-page story about like a mummy dressing up in a trench coat and a top hat and like wandering around a graveyard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it gives you more to hold on to. Or maybe I'm just not smart enough. That's probably it.
They're writing for the trade. Like they know
Yeah.
it's gonna be collected, so
Yeah.
And see, that's where I'm like, I don't know if it's like appropriate for like whenever I write like little snippets of Fake Your Death and Teenage Babylon and our anthologies, but they're like you can kind of just enjoy it as a snippet and like, oh, this was an interesting thing. Like it's clearly something part of bigger, but like you don't need to understand anything. You just enjoy it.
That's perfect. More people should do that.
But then you'll find out like, oh, this turns into a whole story, and this was just like a brief moment in that story. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I've probably gone off on this show before about the classic X-Men comics. Anybody ever pick those up in the 90s, like the reprints of the Chris Claremont and John Byrne stuff?
yeah.
You know,
I'm actually rebuilding 1 through 44 right now.
Hell yeah, me too.
Sick.
But my favorite things about those were the Chris Claremont and John Bolton backups, where they just did a short vignette featuring one of the characters.
Yeah.
And that was a different time, man. Those were all great.
Yeah, that's like I wish they could do X-Men as like a TV show, like a premium show on Disney Plus or whatever, or do it like the Star Wars Visions thing, but not. I mean, I guess it could be anime, but like just tell short stories about the characters and their lives, and just let them actually be the character. And we don't have to save the entire universe. It could just be Colossus falling in love with a Russian ballerina, and then she finds out he's a mutant, and she shuns him, and that can be the whole thing.
You've been thinking about this, huh?
Oh yeah,
I mean, honestly, that's a great idea. They could do the same thing too with like, and just to go with that same character, Colossus in Secret Wars, and like him falling head over heels for that girl on the planet that they're all on.
yeah.
Like, where's that story at?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of great stuff that is just not used, and we don't have to do Dark Phoenix again. We don't have to do Days of Future Past again. Like people love the characters. It's like Star Trek Next Generation. Like you could that they literally have them just play poker and hang out, and like that is some of the best stuff that they do.
Yes.
Like just let the characters hang out. Like we need, like if they do an X-Men movie again, they need to play basketball. They need to play baseball. That scene needs to be in there. Like if I were behind it, I would need that.
Yeah.
Like Twilight did it. Like, come on, we can.
Did they do that? I haven't seen any of those.
They
Yeah,
did,
but-
and that was a fun scene. I mean,
It was, not gonna lie, yeah, it was.
Yeah, like it wasn't like my choice to go watch that, but that was a fun
Vibes.
scene.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is cool. Like you kind of see you kind of loosen up a little bit about it, you know, and you just
Yeah.
realize that they're people, you know. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yeah, no, honestly, like, where is our X-Men anthology? You're right, because I can't even keep up with X-Men comics now. I get so confused on what is happening.
I mean, it's been too much for like 40 years.
Honestly, I had a huge gap in reading, and came back to comics right as Krakoa was ending. So when From the Ashes started, it was like, okay, here's something I can just latch onto again.
Mhm.
That's fun. So I kind of lucked out and got to really enjoy Exceptional X-Men and Uncanny, with Gail Simone writing Uncanny and Eve Ewing writing Exceptional. And it was very character driven, deep dive. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I love X-Men in space, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
They go out and do cosmic shit. I'm there for that too. However, you can only, you can only do that so many times before even that's boring.
Yeah.
I kept up with stuff, like I read some of Hickman's stuff, and that's probably what I'll go back to. But I think I'm just like happy with Morrison's run. That's
Oh,
all I
that's
read.
Yeah. That's a really
That's a
good
great
run.
run.
I think House of X and Powers of X, they brought me back in when they did that. I thought that was so
Yeah.
smart to cancel the whole line and just focus
Yeah.
everything on good story. And
Yeah.
like like I haven't ever really been like moved to tears from a comic, but this scene where Nightcrawler and Wolverine are destroying the Master Mold in outer space, and they've like brought it out of orbit of the sun, and they're all falling into the sun. And Wolverine's talking to Nightcrawler, and he says, "What do you think there is on the other side for somebody like me?" And Nightcrawler says, "I don't know what's going to be there, my friend, but I'll be there waiting for you." I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like nailed the character. I was like, "This is beautiful."
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm getting like the hairs on my arm are standing up just now, just talking about it.
Dude, it's hard to find like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the mainstream stuff isn't. I don't know. Maybe it's because we're getting older. Some of it's just not as gripping, you know. Absolute Batman fucking rules, though. I don't know if you guys have been.
I wonder if it's
that.
because Disney owns Marvel now, so they're treading carefully with where they go with the political allegory or commentary on civil unrest or.
Yeah, 100%. That's part of it.
And
well, but then X-Men '97 went hard as hell with some stuff.
oh,
That's
that
very
was
true.
amazing! I'm like, this is what it used to be, right? I'm like, they picked up right where they left off, and they still managed to bring in a lot of like relevant issues to the show. I was surprised. I'm like, is this in the comics or not? Because
Yeah, a lot of it was. And
Yeah.
talking about being moved to tears, like those first 3 episodes. I'm a human adult male. Like
Yeah.
what works? First 3 episodes.
oh
the
my
tears
god,
were
no,
flowing.
it's great. It was great. Yeah, it's just there's a comic I just picked up from Image that I was like, this seems like an X-Men ripoff, and I almost wanted to stop reading it, but then the more I got into it, I was like, no way, this is way more relevant than what X-Men is, and it's more timely. It's what X-Men should be,
Yeah.
because they're making a lot of allegories about what's going on like currently. And this comic came out like 2 years ago. It's called Heart Attack. Have you guys read it?
No.
Not.
No.
I picked it up from the library. Just happened to have it here. It's kids with powers. It's really similar to X-Men, but the issues they tackle are like more modern than what I think X-Men is tackling right now. And it was just such a touching, amazing read. And I'm surprised not more people know it because it is an Image comic.
Wow.
I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best things I've read this year, and I'm surprised nobody's like mentioned it like in any of like the comic sites, or maybe it has been. I just haven't been up to date. But that really blew my mind. I'm like, this is what X-Men should be. I don't know if it is. I haven't read X-Men currently. I've read some Spider-Man here and there. But
There was
You know,
a series that came out that was We Can Never Go Home Again or something like that. I don't know who published that, but it was very ground level. Like there was these 2 students in high school, and one discovers that she has powers, and then they just go on the run, and the government's after them. But it was just written so well. I think it was a Michael Rosenberg.
it sounds familiar. I don't think I checked that one out. I'll write it down. You said You Can't Go Home Again?
Yeah, I have my computer right here, so I'll just confirm. We Can Never Go Home Again by Matthew Rosenberg.
Oh, We Can Never Go Home Again. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done, and it's like left the door open for stuff. But young people with powers, I thought it was extremely well done.
Have you guys ever written something, a story, and you say to yourself, well, it probably wouldn't do good as a graphic novel, but I could write it as a normal novel or a short story?
No, I don't think I have. I've never written anything like prose. It's all comics for me, but yeah, maybe I should.
I
do that.
have. I definitely the broadcast dialogues was intended to be a comic, and then the more I kind of worked on stuff, and I was just like reading a lot of like just novels in general, I was like, you know what? I'd love to see this as like a third part being a novel or novella of some sort first before I ever try to make it a comic. Or if I do a comic, it'll be like an anthology thing. But I wanted to turn it into novella and just kind of change up the pattern of stuff. But like I was like, I went to school to be a writer too. So like I've always wanted to do some sort of prose work at some point.
Well, the reason I asked that because I've been working on a few novels. Because when I was a kid, I always wrote stories and poetry and stuff like that. But I also drew. So sometimes I write a story and say, "Oh, this will probably make a good graphic novel or a comic book." Then other stories I write is like, "Nah, I don't think this will work out as a comic book or a graphic novel." So
For me, it's so tied up in the art of it. I think I would get bored if I didn't draw it.
I get that. I think it's because I'm a writer trying to be an artist, and it kind of just could go either way for me.
Oh, I got a
I
great
always have
segue.
what?
I've got a great segue. So there was this thing that brought back a bunch of 80s books, but it was only prose, like 80s comic books. And they did a Kickstarter for it. I think they did it, but included in there was a Paul Chadwick prose section. But the big news that got dropped today is Paul Chadwick's book, Concrete. It's this Eisner Award-winning series from the 80s and 90s, and 2012 was the last one. It's coming back.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
okay.
Those are really good comics.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I
I
love
check them out.
Oh, those
But,
are amazing. And what's
I mean,
great about
he
comics is they're,
did
like,
self-publish that one, right?
Paul Chadwick, he went through Dark Horse right when Dark Horse launched in 1986.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm psyched. It's gonna be a 5-issue series coming up through Dark Horse again. And Concrete has amnesia in it.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Got struck by lightning.
Oh, I remember who this character is now. It took me a second for it to click in my head, but yeah, okay, Concrete. Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's been talking about this story for 10 years.
I think also because of like Coheed and whatnot. I'm such a big Coheed and Cambria fan. And like they have their comics, the music, and then they have that novel Year of the Black Rainbow. And so I was like, man, I want a tie-in book. Because technically, like Fake Your Death and Teenage Babylon take place in the same universe. And so this broadcast dialogues would be like the third part of all of it, but way in the future. So they're all part of like the same. It deals with the same kind of company and corporate stuff all in the background. So the world is the same, and the effects of what's happening in the world affects each story in different ways.
So you can do like the 2099 version of your characters.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And so you'll get like I reference them like in different stuff, but they never cross paths, but they'll always be in that timeline somewhere. I guess Fake Your Death is kind of the beginning of it all, and then Teenage Babylon's right in the middle, and then the broadcast would be the end.
Nice.
Oh. Okay, I finished these tiny panels finally, and now I'm moving on to like this next batch. And I'm like, all right, gotta motivate myself.
You can do it.
How fast do you guys like typically ink a whole page? Like, what do you guys set goals for yourself? Do you just let it flow out?
A day or two, probably.
Yeah, like 4 or 8 hours of work. Maybe 4, yeah. 4 or 6 hours of inking per page.
That sounds about right for me too.
Using mostly a nib on this, so it's kind of taking a while too. It's all nib work.
I know it's super random, but I didn't realize this building closes like in a few minutes, and I'm gonna get
Oh,
locked
nice.
in. So I'm going to turn off my camera for a little bit, relocate, and keep going.
There you go.
Okay, cool, dude. Yeah, we'll be here.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Although, if I had my eraser, I'd keep going. So this is what I was currently working with.
Oh
but
yeah.
I still
dude,
gotta
that's
mess
sick.
around with it, man. I've been studying a lot of. Thank you. Been studying a lot of Frank Miller's. I've been trying to get that black and white style.
Well, I was
down.
about to
This is
say, it
some
looks
key-
like Sin City type style.
I
Beautiful, dude.
appreciate that, dog. I've been working on it, man.
Awesome. Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, give me
Sharp
one
contrast.
second. I'm gonna keep
Yeah, for
going.
sure, dude.
Frank Miller keeps teasing us with a Western project that he says he's going to do set in Sin City.
I know. Whatever happened with that? That was like 5 years ago.
Maybe it'll take another 5 to get it.
What
Yeah,
kind of? I feel like his publishing line like came out with like a blast, and then I haven't heard anything about it in a while.
I think it's over pretty much. Or
Really?
like I don't know what happened. I commented on a thing talking about like when he finally took over Ronin 2 and he did all the artwork for it.
Uh huh.
Like nothing against Philip Tan who was doing finishes because he's phenomenal in his own right. But when
Yeah.
you buy a Frank Miller book, you're not you're in it for the Frank Miller, wherever that takes you, you know.
Yeah.
Especially something as idiosyncratic as Ronin. Like you want to see Frank Miller's vision of Ronin.
Yeah, it was interesting. I never finished it. That tells you how far I got with that. But
Yeah.
and then I never read that one, that like Paradise book that was also in that line. I forgot what it was called. Paradiso or something.
Did he do one with Emma Kubert? Was that the one?
Yeah, he did.
Was it? Oh, okay, maybe that was it. I didn't realize Emma Kubert did that book with him.
There's just so much
Awesome.
to check.
Well, also, he now has that like that book coming out, that biography.
Oh, I know we had a documentary.
Oh yeah, he has a like a book coming out, some sort of biography type of thing coming out soon. What is that book I'm thinking of now? It's gonna drive me crazy.
Not
Man,
300.
Superman Year One. Oh, 300. No, not 300. That's a great one too. Pandora. Pandora was it? Okay. Yeah, Emma Kubert. Yep. Called that one right. That's it.
She
I
seems
didn't realize
pretty
it was
cool.
her. Yeah, I wanted to check out her art class, her lessons that just went up.
Yeah, I follow her, so I saw those, but there's just no way I could take that on. I'm
Yeah,
sure it'd be
I feel
awesome.
Did any of y'all do the free class that she did?
No.
Yeah, she had a free one that was like the sales pitch for the big class. And it was actually really good for a free class.
Oh wow, no,
Believe-
that's super cool.
Was it just like an online thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like an hour-long online deal.
That's cool. I did one of those with Tilly Walden. She
Oh,
just-
how is that?
It was good. She was talking about making environments. Because I always have to name drop people, but Tilly Walden came into my tiny little college town, and I got to like hang out with her and chat with her a little bit too. So whenever I see something that's free that pops up, or
That's cool, man. Yeah, her
Yeah.
stuff's awesome.
and at the time I had only had like 1 or 2 of my own comics done, and I was like, oh, as a comics maker, I need to reach out. So she was probably like, here's the one weirdo in town who makes comics, but she was really nice. I gave her a copy of my my pizza comic, Pizza's Pizza.
That's dope. So I'm drawing a really tiny guy right now. I love my comic book shop because I always meet great creators there. I'm like kind of cool with Trad Moore now because of my
Whoa.
local shop. Yeah, I like I saw the mask with him. We hung out afterwards and everything for a bit. Yeah, he was just like, whenever you're in New York, here's my email. And so like I'll hit him up when I go up there to say hi.
Like Jim
And he's
Carrey's the
super
man.
Yeah, yeah. They were playing at the draft house, and like he was here for that. So we all saw the mask at the draft house.
That's pretty sick.
Dude, Tradmore is the nicest guy ever too. He's so sweet, super super sweet. Am I gonna black out the rest of that panel? Oh, maybe I am. I don't know if I'm gonna put a black grid behind everything, or if I'm gonna be blacking out the backgrounds of some of these panels.
When in doubt, black it out.
I think
There
I'm gonna
you
do the
go.
grid. Yeah, just a straight grid blackout.
The Todd Father.
Switch to the light.
Yeah,
now.
I saw a few interviews with Frank Miller. He looked sick.
Oh yeah, he's not sick. He just made a lot of unhealthy decisions with substances that eventually hurt him.
I think it was alcoholism mainly.
Yeah, he was with just with the wrong people for a long time.
Hey, as long as it doesn't affect his art, right?
To a certain extent, I guess. Yeah, is definitely transformed. I dig
like it,
some
man.
of Miller's stuff. Like some of
I
it I
like
don't,
the
but
art.
yeah, you like it. There's
Yeah,
some
I
of
know.
it I like, and some of it I don't.
A lot of people are giving him like hate, but I think he's adapted well to his age because, all cartoonists go through it. Like they age and they have to adapt their style to fit their like health.
Yeah.
Like Charles Schultz's shaky line was just because he was getting old and people just thought it was, conscious decision to draw that way, but it was just because he was shaking when he was drawing. And I think Frank Miller's new style is just like, yeah, man, he's aging and he's trying to make it to where he can still draw. So I get it,
Yeah, when you frame it that way, I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
To continue, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
However you can, just continue.
It's more abstract if anything, and I think, I'm down with it. Just push the abstraction further. you
Yeah.
know?
It's like I think of Gilbert Hernandez. Like
Oh,
I love
yeah.
Jaws, but
Yep.
it's like he does it in such a smart way, and he reduces things in such a smart way. That I am just not there. You know what I mean? I would have to.
He's
I'd have to really-
minimalized the style more, even
Yeah.
now, like than what it used to be. It's even more minimal, and it's just like it's his characters, like he's turned them into like just symbols at this point, and it still works for storytelling. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I got to sit in on a whole bunch of interviews, not a whole bunch, maybe like one or two, that Eli Schwab put together, and Gilbert was on one of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I might have sat in on two of them with Gilbert, and like Jaime was in one of them, and of course Jaime is like phenomenal, like one of the best, if not the best, living cartoonist.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
But like the more I was hearing Gilbert talk, and like I was like, oh, like I think if I ever met Gilbert, I'd get along with him more because Jaime is kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I liked Gilbert's vibe.
Yeah, he's totally. Yeah, I've seen some interviews with him. They're really interesting to watch, very informative, and
Yeah.
So I found a place. Although I'm outside, I didn't realize I was by a fan, and I'm kind of behind the, I guess, campus police, which I didn't know existed until now. But I made it.
All right.
back.
Oh man.
How's
love
the
it.
weather
Love it,
out
Greg.
there? A little warm?
Yesterday I wandered around my old college campus because I went to school out here too. And there's been a lot of renovation. So a lot of it is different. Like there was this old building called Hewitt Hall. and that was like falling apart when I was there. But there were these old abandoned conference rooms, and there was still Wi-Fi. So I would just take over a conference room, and it would just be my studio.
Oh, nice.
And like there'd be like ceiling tiles missing and like wires hanging out. And it was just like, yeah, this is great. Now it's like all brand new. It looks like high end like offices and stuff, even though they're classrooms and labs and stuff. I'm just like, man, I miss the burned out one. I miss the.
Yeah, the campus here, I would say it feels a lot better now because it was like 81 today, and I had to kind of run around. Like I'm in Texas, so I had to, walk for 20 minutes to get to my doctor after taking the bus because my car's still out of commission, and have to rush over to the school because I wanted to join one club because I'm trying to be president. I have one more meeting down before I am, but they were doing open mic night, but I really wanted to join the art club, so I decided to be over there for like 20 minutes and then go over to the art club. And I thought their building was going to be open longer, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll go until 7, but I didn't know the entire building closes at 7 o'clock.
That's wild. We used to stay in the art building all night.
Right, I figured it would have been something like that, but I guess it's because it's a art building and it's like visual art, so they also have like a gallery on the first floor, and then in the upper levels is where the actual classrooms and stuff are.
We had that too. We stayed open.
What the hell then?
I
don't know, man.
I think times have changed.
Right, yeah. I know. I feel like my college never like shut down. Like when I went to UTEP for a little bit, there's just always something going on, or students always in some sort of building,
My buddies had studios. I know for a fact that they had like a sleeping bag in their studios, and they just like.
Oh,
slept.
totally, man. I had a studio my senior year, and I'd stay there till 2 or 3 in the morning, man.
Yeah.
Just pass out some nights.
I really wish that I could do that because I almost found this little back area where it looks like they kind of do some sort of wood shop type thing. I don't know. I was looking at some of the pieces there and I was like, oh, it's like 3D art and it looks really cool, and some of it's all wooden and stuff. But it looks like they might close that too. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll just squat somewhere and just wait to go home, because this was like the last thing I got to do out of a hectic day. I've been looking forward to Spilled Ink all freaking day, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is going to happen, right? But yeah, I'm glad I made it.
And not one, but 2 locations now.
You said,
well, where I am, it's 32 degrees.
Yeah.
And we're expecting a storm either this weekend.
No boy.
Hopefully it'll pass us, but.
Yeah, same. It's 38 and it's 100% chance rain right now. And then we might get some snow this weekend apparently, which I'm not excited for. But
if it must
snow.
That's crazy. Like I'm on the polar opposite spectrum over here. Like it was so blazing hot. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear some formal wear and my good boots and stuff. Man, it was too hot for all of that. Like, been sweating my butt off all day.
I hear that and I know I'm in the right locale. I can deal with the cold.
I'm going to Fort Worth next weekend, so I'm excited to go outside.
Man, that's dope. I've never been to Fort Worth. I've only kind of went around here and there to like, what do you call it? Hold on. Think I might have to explain myself. Give me one quick second.
I'm just trying to draw on this live stream.
Campus police are really awesome. Yeah. Just making sure I'm safe. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the opposite. Like, hey, you can't be here. But no,
Yeah, exactly.
It's great.
They didn't offer you any coffee or tea?
No, not that nice. But I got some tea in my backpack, though. So, I got that off,
I think the only time I really interacted with campus police and like they were like, "Hey, you can't do that." I got onto the roof, one of the buildings, and I was doing a time lapse of the sun going down. And he got up there and he was like, "You can't be up here." And I'm like, "I'm almost done with the time lapse. Can you just like give me like 5 minutes and then I'll leave?" And he's like, "No, you gotta go." Oh, come on.
Yeah, yo, come on, dude. 5. Like,
Yeah,
the sun
I
is
would've loved
literally
to do that.
setting.
For real, man. Like you could stand here right next to me.
Although I think on a separate occasion, though, one of my friends did light a Furby on fire on the roof. So,
Oh, Jesus.
so maybe he had cause for.
Yeah.
You see, I get that because I have a friend that was accused of setting a cafe's bathroom on fire. He didn't do it. He was near, but he looks like the usual suspect, kind of scruffy white guy, kind of looks homeless. He's like a ex-meth addict, you know. So he's turned his life around. He just looks a little rough sometimes.
Yeah. We can all look rough sometimes.
Yeah, I knew that I looked rough the other day whenever I just kind of threw some random stuff on. I was trying to go to the store really quick, and a missionary stopped me, and he was like, "Hey, if you need food and a place to stay,
Oh my
got
god.
you."
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was.
I just
think I-
realized.
I was riding my bicycle when it was summer, and I looked a little scruffy and this and that. And I walked into the convenience store to buy stuff, and they were eyeballing me, thinking I was homeless, and they wouldn't ask me what I was doing, but they wouldn't help out. I'm like, okay, knowing that I could probably afford half the place in here.
Right, like I could buy the arm off your body right now.
And I said, can I use your bathroom? Oh no, the bathroom's locked. I said, why? Is it because you think I'm homeless because I'm dressed, because I'm sweating and all this, and I look a little dirty? She didn't know how to answer that.
Oh my gosh.
So I turned around and said, I do have a home and I do have a job. Okay? Oh, I didn't mean to. Yeah, you say that now. So I tell people out straight,
No, but honestly, that's the way to go. I mean, yeah, people are weird sometimes too, and they're just like, "Hey, come on."
But what gets me, it was so cold out one day, and this guy was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, shorts and a t-shirt, no jacket. Okay. The guy's like, I'm sweating. I'm freezing, and I have pants, 3 pairs of pants on.
I see kids wearing
Yeah.
Crocs into school when it's 32 degrees outside.
Yeah, I've seen the reverse of that here, where it was like a 100-degree day, and I saw a lady in the woods, and she was like bundled up in blankets and a puffy like jacket,
Wow.
and I was like, hey, like I'm hot, like are you okay? I have a spare water, and she's like, no, I'm okay. You could just leave now. I was like, all right, definitely withdrawn. I'm a check out.
Sounds like a David Lynch movie.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, honestly.
But you know what? In that same forest, I kid you not, there was always something weird going down. Like for instance, I would walk to work that way, and so I kept hearing like this teeth against teeth, like metal on metal, and it sounded like forks. And someone was just following me, going chink 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 chink. But I saw no one. Right. The next day, in that same spot where it stopped, doing that, I see a squirrel carcass. It looks like someone stripped the meat off of its body and everything.
Wow.
Just left the skeleton.
Oh.
Must have been that lady with the blankets.
Right? I was like, she might have had a skin Greg that day, man. That'd have been crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we have this recorded because now that's your horror anthology contribution.
Dude,
There
yeah,
we go.
man.
True.
That's interesting to draw. There you go.
Good sound effect.
That was very Witches from Scott Snyder and Jock. That's what I felt.
Yeah, I love
like.
that book.
You see, I've been trying to get through 2 different books. There's damn it, why am I blanking on? I swear I had Hell's Paradise. I want to say it was no, Paradise Lost. That's what it was.
Oh, nice, yeah.
That one's pretty damn interesting. But also Wounds. If you guys ever seen the movie on Hulu by any chance, like there's a little anthology as well, and it's crazy, man.
What is it?
Wounds.
Wounds.
Yeah, it's basically like there are these ancient deities that can come, like materialize into the real world, but only through physical pain. You know? Like it is crazy. You just have to check it out.
Sounds like Hellraiser a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say reminiscent of it, but it's really Lovecraftian. Like you have no idea what the hell you're looking at, like at all, right? But I would say the movie did a good job as far as leaving some room of mysticism, but the books themselves go into a little bit more detail that I was looking for. But I would definitely start off with the movie.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't checked that out before.
Well, you ever read a book, a bestseller, and they make it into a movie, and you go see the movie, and you're like, it's nothing like the book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the 100. That is my biggest beef. Like they did their own thing with it, and it was cool for a little bit. We got to see a few different storylines come together, but for the most part, it's like after they got off the arc and everything, and I think started a little bit of civilization, the book kind of ended there instead of going way past that. Like it would have only lasted 2 seasons if they would have stopped there, but I want to say it went on to like maybe 7. And it had its high points, it had its low points. It was a CW show, if that says anything.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that was like the Umbrella Academy. Like, they only had 2 volumes out, or like the 3rd was just coming out, and then they made the show, and I feel like just wrecked what the books did. I love the books so much, and it just didn't pay off, I feel, for me.
Yeah.
I get that. I feel the same about the Massacre of the Titans series. I was like, wow, this is just horrible. And I kept waiting and waiting for it to get better, and it never did.
The live action Titan series?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it always felt cheap. And not in like a Doctor Who way.
No, yeah.
I agree.
Like Doom Patrol, I thought was great.
Oh, Doom Patrol was so good, dude. Doom Patrol was so good.
It was. And just the weirdness and the eeriness was crazy.
I watched that. This proves that you could have a live-action X-Men TV show, and it would work.
You know what show was terrible, though? And I've tried so many times to finish that 1 season, and I haven't. And I think I was on the last 2 episodes. Or maybe even the last episode. I didn't even get to it. And it's my favorite character, dude. I have a whole wall of this character. But Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing was horrific, dude. That show was so bad. Oh.
It was very...
when did it have a show? I totally missed this.
Yeah, they buried it.
Yeah, they buried it, dude. It was back when they did that DC Universe streaming network.
It was live action?
Yeah,
it was live, dude, and the suit looks amazing. The promos look so good. It looks so good, dude. It looks so good. The violence was there too. The violence was definitely there. And the horror. But dude, like the first 2 episodes are like watchable, but it just collapses so hard. And it's unwatchable for me. It's so bad, dude. And so with that one, apparently they had like a 14 episode season that was cut to 10. Like the last second they had to wrap it up, and they were going to do the Parliament of Trees and all this cool stuff. But they had some deal where they were filming in like North Carolina, and I guess there was something wrong with the paperwork, and then like DC or Warner Brothers had to pay like $4 million to this place in North Carolina for where they were shooting. And they were like, no, we're not doing that. And so they just canceled production and canceled the show.
Oof.
But it
Which
was
all-
supposed to like start like Justice League Dark and like all this other stuff. Like Constantine was gonna come in, was Antenna and shit. Like,
With
yeah,
those
season
contracts,
2.
They had the
that's
Blue
Yeah.
Devil too.
Yeah, that's
Blue
right.
Devil was dope.
Yeah.
I totally did not read about this. That's crazy.
It was a while ago now.
Yeah, I remember when the first episode aired, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty excited to see what else they have to offer. And my friend told me, I was like, yeah, they already canceled it, bro. I was like, what?
Dude, they
No.
canceled it before like the show got to air. Like I was
Yeah.
like, what? Like
It's like way to kneecap it.
Yeah, I think that was the identifying sign that this is not going to be good, but they'll do the best that they can with the materials that, they had. So I was like, okay, I'll see this through. It was better than Titans. I'll say that.
It was.
dude, I got to like how many seasons of Titans are there? 4? I think I got
Yeah.
to season 3. I want to say I got to season 3.
What?
It took me a while. I don't even know. It was either 2 or 3. I didn't get very far. I really tried to like get through that, but it was rough. No, I think I saw season 2. It was so long ago now. But I hated it. It was terrible.
I just know whenever they were trying to balance 2 major storylines with Cadmus and Slade Wilson, that one of them was going to fall through. Like, only one of these things can officially land because of the magnitude of the stories, right? Both are pretty impactful. I wanted to see a little bit more out of Cadmus, but we got what we got. And I continued all the way into like that 4th season with Brother Blood, and I was like, this is not... it was so bad.
I didn't get that far for sure. I tried to rewatch it too recently, and we just fell off again.
Yeah,
It's
don't
too,
do it.
It's so CW-y, like it's rough.
But you know what? The ultimate disappointment would had to be Gotham Knights. Where they had the children.
Didn't even
Yeah,
try to watch that.
Oh, it was bad. It was real bad.
Just the premise of it was so rough. I was like, no way.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible. Like I wanted to check it out just to see what was what. But from what I remember, it's like Bruce Wayne had this random child that I've never heard of in any of the comics or anything. And I was like, okay, maybe they're just going to do their own thing. I'm going to just keep my mind open. It's a different iteration of Batman. I forgave them for what they did to Batman and Titans by making him seem like a diddler. But yeah, man, they made it look real weird.
I don't need to know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Just don't watch it. That's all.
The actor they had for the Batman and Titans was the dude from Game of Thrones. That was like what's her name? What's the dragon girl's name?
Daenerys?
Daenerys. Yeah, her like protector for the first few seasons. That dude.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, it was I was so curious about that dude. Like, I was like, all right, I'll check this out. And then they did this weird season finale with him and whatnot. It was bad. It was just rough. Like, I think like Batman killed the Joker or something, and Dick had to go after him. Or
Yeah, it was exactly that. And I was like,
Yeah,
there's no way. I was like, no way in hell. But at the same time, with how he was addicted to just like finding just different Robins or just kids in general that had traumatic things happen to him, I was like, yeah, you made him very freaking weird, man. Like,
yeah,
there's no good way to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
Damn.
Stargirl was pretty good. I saw a few episodes of Stargirl and I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have watched more, but I didn't or haven't.
And you know what? Speaking of that, I liked the way that DC tied together a lot of their previous shows and movies because they did them all at different levels. Like you had My Adventures with Superman. They had
That was
the
good.
animated universe, right?
Yeah.
They hooked together the animated universe there, but then they hooked together all like the different DC shows through. I want to say it was Titans actually, season 4. They did it there with Beast Boy, and it was cold. He got to interact with Stargirl for the first time. That was interesting. And then we had, it in the movies as well. So I was like, okay, you got it on different levels. We get to see like how everything is interconnected. So that was cool, but
Well, I've been seeing advertisements for starring Nicolas Cage as a Spider-Man. Noah, film
yes.
Noah.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm curious about it. And they're
I
doing it
know.
in black and white and in color to choose if you
Right.
want like a noir vibe or not.
Which is kind of reminiscent of Werewolf by Midnight,
Oh yeah.
you know, or even how they did the Justice League movie, you know, Justice is Gray. I wasted my time doing that too because I was like, you know what, it's here. I'm just gonna watch them both.
It was COVID, dude. I get it.
Yeah,
It was a rough time. Yeah, I remember. Oh man. Yeah, I can't believe there's still people trying to resurrect the Snyder cut of stuff. It's just
Oh my god.
terrible and
Yeah.
edgy for no good reason. And then the tie-ins that they had with like even Martian Manhunter, I was like, this was here for no reason. Like this had no impact on
My friends
anything.
convinced me to watch that cut.
Gosh.
I could not. It's just I'm sorry, man. I can't do this grim and gritty for everyone type thing, and I could not sit through it. I didn't finish it.
it was. Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's rough, but
And-
I did a podcast on it too. That's what Apollo did and stuff like that. So it's what it was rough.
You know, I would say I do like James Gunn as a writer and director for some things, but not everything, because he has the same kind of comedic tone with it all. And I love comedy, don't get me wrong. But I
Yeah.
feel like for certain characters, there's a time and a place, and I can't see Batman as one of those characters, you know? But he did a good job with Guardians, so I'll give him that. And I loved Peacemaker. Like, both seasons were awesome. But
I love the Superman movie. I thought that was like
Yeah.
that
breath
too.
of fresh air. He's not doing anything with Batman, thankfully. Though he has other people handling that, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. If he did do a Batman, I'd be like, huh, that's weird. I don't know if he could do it justice in that sense.
I mean, what can you do with these old characters? And how many more different storylines could you do for them?
Hey, there's so many out there at this point. It's like, take your pick. Like, it's wild, man. I did not, see or foresee Absolute Batman coming, because I think that was a breath of fresh air, just that whole
Dude.
Absolute series.
Not gonna lie, like I was so skeptical and I read the first 6 issues and I was like, I'm already losing interest. And then after that, it just picked up and I haven't been able to put it back down. Like I'm so excited every month when a new issue comes out. Absolute Batman is fantastic. I'm shocked how much I love it. Like
They've got Eric Canetti doing some art for like a 2-issue run coming up.
oh really?
Yeah,
From
he's
Info?
doing the Poison Ivy thing.
Oh, okay. So I guess the issue that just came out because I know that just started.
I think that was announced today, wasn't it? Or at least I just saw some clips on Instagram today, briefly.
Yeah, like the past week, I think. I like his art. I mean, I like a lot of the artists that have. I don't know if there's actually a bad artist who's worked on it actually, but
I like Duke Dragoda a lot. I think he's fantastic.
I
Martian
forgot.
Manhunter, man. That's the book I'm like religiously buying.
I have
I've
to
heard
check
good
that one
stuff.
out.
It's
Yeah, I heard nothing but good
amazing.
too.
it's
Man.
really inventive stuff with like the physical book and like the overlays.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like he's like making you participate, right, in the storytelling. It's so clever, man. It's such a good book.
Who's on art for that? Is it like Javier Rodriguez? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Wait, what did you guys feel about the Harley Quinn costume? She was donning her own like bat gear and everything, like it's like black and yellow.
I
I
saw
can't
something
remember who
about
drew
that.
that. Yeah, I was like, I guess. You know,
I don't know what series that's happening in. I haven't caught up on the Matt Fraction stuff, but I really want to. If that's happening in there or not, I don't know.
yeah, I'm not
I don't
too
know if
sure
that's a
either.
detective thing or.
Je ne sais
Oh,
pas.
crap.
You know, I've always wanted a comic by the Gorillas, man.
Oh
Because
yeah,
as a kid, I always loved that freaking art style. and I was like, oh, there's got to be a comic to pair with this. But if they did something like the RZA, how he had Bobby Digital in the Pit of Snakes, and he released the album, but he also released a limited comic book, and it was dope, man. I only got to see a few clips here and there, but yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool idea.
Dennis Cowan did the cover for that. I wonder if Dennis Cowan did the interior for that. His stuff is awesome. He did Deathlock. He did The Question.
Really? Oh, yeah. And I know he did Deathlock stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's my Deathlock.
Oh, dude, I'm thinking of Death Clock, like the metal band, like the Adult Swim. I forget there is that character Deathlock. Yeah.
The cool Michael Collins Deathlock. To me, there is no other Deathlock. Of course, there's many of them, but. And Dwayne McDuffie wrote that. Oh, that book was so good. I've got a bunch of those on my spinner rack downstairs because you can get them super cheap.
He did that questioned book not too long ago either. That was really good.
Yeah, who wrote it? Jeff Lemire wrote it, right?
Yeah, Sienkiewicz and him worked on it together.
I mean, anytime you throw Sienkiewicz in the mix.
Yeah. Always a treat.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm not one to buy. I don't really buy a lot of modern comics anymore. But there was that Batman Deadpool crossover, and there's a Sienkiewicz variant, and I was like, let me get this.
Yeah, he's one of the ones where I would consider buying it for a variant.
Him and Frank Whiteley are always two of my favorites.
Yeah. Frank Whiteley, he's so thoughtful with what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Sorry, I'm focusing so hard. I really wanted to finish this page tonight. I'm already having ideas for the next page I'm going to do, and it's really hard because it's really like a bunch of I'm doing it like a Jedi holocron, and a lot of squares and triangles, and I just really mess with my brain. I got to draw a bunch of cubes and whatnot. So I'm like, ugh, I need this to finish so I could spend 3 hours trying to figure out how to draw this cube properly.
Oof.
Let me see. This is kind of like here. I can show you guys a picture of it. This is essentially a Jedi holocron.
Oh my god!
See how so there's it's like a diamond here, and then it's like a triangle, and then like a pyramid on top. You know what I mean? But
I'm not
that's crazy.
Jesus. For that, Brandon.
Dude, I try. Dude, I tried 8 times before the stream just to kind of warm up and be like, oh yeah, I want to map out this page. Just do thumbnails really quick before the stream. And I was like, I can't fucking draw this thing. What the hell? And so I took a picture of it and I took out the background and I'm gonna trace it on my iPad just so my brain can understand what's happening. Yeah, I literally was just like, I gotta trace this. I gotta figure this out.
Sometimes you gotta eyeball stuff, man. It's just, I don't know. Seeing that and figuring out all the vanishing points, I'm already no, I don't. I'm doing 1 point right here and I'm having a headache.
I feel that this hallway scene I did up here was really hard for my brain because I was trying to show the lasers coming out at you too.
Oh, that's a good shot though. Look at that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Maximize that. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, bro.
Yeah.
And then I'm redoing it down here too. So with everyone all shot up. So yeah, it's it was just hard.
That's why I love setting my story in the mountainous, rocky terrain of a meteorite. No perspective.
Just floating in space.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark does it the right way. Dude, you're doing great lettering tonight, Mark. You're doing nice film work.
Thanks. A lot of years of practice.
Are you using one of those cool pens that has 5 different colors on it?
I got the big 4 colors, different
Nice.
ones. So
Wow, do you like that little font that you came up with there?
Yeah, it's pretty sick, bro.
Nice.
thanks, appreciate it. That's why I like coming on here, because I can, talk to people who have the same, thinking about comics and stuff like that. I
Oh,
felt
yeah,
like I
yeah.
was the older guy of the
No, we all know so much from so many different eras. We're all the old guys on the group, to be honest. Like,
Right?
Bro, I had to realize that whenever I was in the art guild, and I could have swore there was at least someone my age in there, and everyone's like 10 years younger. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, wait till you get older. The gap widens.
right.
I'm not ready for that. Gosh, I'm not ready. I'm like 29, and everyone's like, "Oh, I thought you were 19 as well." And I was like, "Okay, and I guess in one way, thank you, but damn, like maybe I should grow more facial hair or something."
Groupie,
Hey, I
look back,
still
man.
get proof if I bought some alcohol. I'm like, okay, I'm almost going to be 63 and you're proofing me. Okay. Well, it's by law. We have to. I'm like, okay. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I've
You're
worked at
wasting both
places,
of our time now.
right? Because I've worked at places like that, and I'm like, I could obviously tell like you're over the
Yeah.
limit, But at the same time, it's like I don't want to, offend anybody. So usually, if I did ask, I'm like, oh no, you look too young. Let me see your ID. Just make it a little more flattering or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working at a grocery store for a long time, and I just like eyeball it. But then sometimes for some people, I'm like, I'm gonna be nice and ask you just to make your day.
right.
Yeah, I get that. A lot of people here, they look older than what they actually are. So there were some people I was able to eyeball because they were regulars, and others I almost sold like tobacco to minors and shit just because they look bigger and older than I do. Like,
Right.
jeez, like what's in the water here?
Yeah.
That is interesting. This is my first year teaching art at a high school, and a lot of the kids are like way taller than me. So it's just interesting, like being the authority figure. It's like the mouse yelling at the elephant to be like, "Hey, sit down, do the thing."
Yeah. Oh man, I bet.
That's wild.
Not that I have to do that a lot. Every once in a while.
See, that's
Well,
good, and it's probably because you're an art teacher. Because I swear, anyone else would get disrespected. Like,
Right? Yeah.
I got some really nice compliments from my students last week. Like they said like, this class isn't that bad, and then they're like, Mr. Lee, you're chill, but not too chill. And I was like, that's the highest. Like we're in the sweet spot that we cannot get any higher praise than that.
Oh, and I hate when the younger, has nothing to do with you guys. The younger generation, they have this attitude like,
Yeah.
they're like,
I
they
get
don't
that.
respect the older ones. They're like, oh yeah, you got this attitude that you're better than me, huh?
Yeah, I never
And
get
you
that
can't
too.
say nothing to them because they're younger and you are older and you should know better. Well, don't disrespect me. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have a crazy story behind that, but I can't get into too much detail just in case. But just know that whenever I used to smoke, the Mary Jane at that, to be completely
You mean the
transparent.
wacky stuff?
Yes, sir, the wacky tobacco. But there was a group of not a group, I would say 2 or 3 youngsters that were excited because they were going to try meth for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
And
Oh wow.
and they were like 13. So I was giving them this whole spiel, how you're going to destroy your life now, and that's going to determine your future. Like, just turn away and all this other stuff. And I was like, I know I'm smoking right now, but still, like, you have to, keep that in mind. And I think the craziest part of the whole ordeal was, I said this was, oh, yes, ma'am, I'm okay. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. But I think the craziest thing from that whole ordeal is that at the time, I also had a black and mild, but we were in like a smoking ring. So we were passing just, I had a bong, we had a pipe, all sorts of stuff. And these kids thought it would be funny to slip that in my pipe on top of the,
God.
yeah. And I didn't know until, I smoked, I was trying to go home. And you know how, you're at the forefront of your mind, and then it's almost like you have a backseat driver that's your consciousness, right? The roles had changed to where I was the backseat driver and my consciousness took over. So I was like a child seeing shadows go across the wall. And I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? And I was just like curled up against the wall, just paranoid as
In other
hell.
words, you got paranoid.
Yeah. So I had to just run inside, drink a ton of water, just try to sleep it off. And luckily I never got addicted to it or had any sort of like, after effects. But I was like, screw those kids, man. Like, it's just
That's terrifying.
damn it.
Oh man, that's why we make art and stay at home now. You know what I mean? We've all had too many adventures, so we're just gonna draw really cool pictures and do cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
And with that, that's our show for tonight.
Oh, wow,
That's
big
it.
party already, huh?
What a journey.
Dude, yeah, that tripped
Great
me out right
note
now. Let's do a real round table. Let's see here. Greg, since you're in the darkness, what do you work on? And tell us any shout outs you want to give.
Right now, gosh, I wish there was more light here. There was at one point, but I'm working on this image of this cowboy. I plan on kind of blowing it up on the canvas sometime later, or maybe making some prints out of it. There's a art show that's coming up in both March and April, and apparently I might be a caricature artist, so I've been also trying to work on some cartoon work.
Nice.
Just things of that nature. I would say definitely a few shout outs. Michael Driver, I think he's Mike G Driver or Mike Driver the author, something like that. On Instagram, just look up Michael Driver. He's dope. And my boy Robert Rodriguez, like, he is super cool. He's working on White Owl, and he also has like a horror comic coming out, and the artwork just looks crazy. So I would definitely say check them both out. They're really awesome.
Cool, man. Love it so much. Super hyped that you're on the show tonight, as always, and always in the Discord, dude. So appreciate you hanging today.
Thanks for having me, bro. Always love to hang out.
And let's see here. Mark, why don't you show us what you worked on tonight?
I was just working on a few panels with that Frankie's in a haunted house, and he's hearing his name, and then he's hearing "Why you do me like that?" from a reference from The Exorcist when the priest hears his mom, "Vinny, why you do me like that?"
Oh man, yeah.
And then he finds out that it's his mother, and I don't want to spoil it, so something happens where he exposes the ghost or whatever. So
That's cool. Awesome. Dude, Mark, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're making progress in your new book. Really looking forward to part 3. And always glad to have you here on the show.
thanks. I'm always glad to be here. Breaks up the time for me.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like we all got some stuff done tonight too, which is always exciting.
And I have no shout outs, so.
Oh, perfect. Beat me to the question. Awesome. Well then, Kris, dude, I'm so hyped that you came on the show tonight. Glad that I think you're signed up for a couple more. It's really exciting, and it's cool learning about the anthology. I can't wait to see more of your art. What'd you work on today?
So this is, like I said, this is the back cover for the AHA anthology, and I just dropped ink on his shirt. This is Roger, the marionette storyteller character.
Love it,
Here's a few
dude.
more poses of him. He's cut his strings.
Oh wow.
He carries the scissors with him.
Oh, jeez.
So like the kind of tagline to this anthology is "Welcome to the Death Party." If you want to know more about that, you can follow me. You can follow Kris. All the places. CHK has a Substack as well, and we're not going to be the flood your inbox type of Substack. So come hang out with us.
Love it, dude. That's so sick. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight too. I can't wait
Thank
to
you for having
come.
me.
And you did the honorary spilling of ink on your page. So
I really did.
that's it. William, what did you work on tonight, my dude?
Worked on some pages from Codex of the Jaguar issue 4. Started a new page. That's where I left off with this one. And yeah, it's glad to be on. Thanks for having me.
Dude, always glad to have you here. When do you think this will I fucking made a typo with my ink. All right, I need to stop trying to ink and talk. When do you think this issue is gonna finish and come out?
Hopefully midsummer at the rate I'm going. I want to try to make it for April because I am doing Kingston independent comic.
Oh, cool. I've heard great stuff about them.
I'll be there with Codex of the Jaguar issues 1 through 3 in the meantime. You can buy those at the link in my bio and finer comic shops. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for having me, Brandon. Shout out to Mario Martinez, my co-writer for Codex of the Jaguar. We've been working hard at this script and comic for a while now. So
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Always good to have you on. I know you're always watching and hanging out with us in the stream, so I know you're always getting stuff done. Hopefully I get to see you again this year. I don't know what shows we might meet up at, but we always end up seeing each other once a year.
yeah. I'm gonna try to do SPX again this year. I know tables go live in March or applications open. I think March.
Ooh. We might try to do it this year. Me and Lex might try to do a half table.
Yeah, cool, man. Totally.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe we could team up. We'll see what's up. That'd be super
totally,
rad.
man.
And then we have our dude Aaron Z. Lee,
Hey, that's me.
co-host slanging tonight.
It's an honor and a privilege to serve in that role. Yeah, I'm working
That's
on
great.
coloring, or well, not coloring, but tones. On
That's awesome.
thank you. So we got some
Nice.
space squids attacking this poor dog. This is my dog, by the way. Her name's Tootsie,
Oh,
but
that's
she's
dope.
here to rescue her space heroine. But yeah, but it's coming.
What do you use? What program is that?
This is Adobe Fresco,
Oh, Adobe Fresco. Okay.
which is actually free. I really like it. I mean, I like Procreate too. I like Clip Studio. I like everything is getting so good, but Fresco has become my if I'm going to work digitally, that's my go-to.
Wow.
Does that mean you might animate a few panels? Because I know you could do that in Fresco. You know,
You can. I probably won't animate this, but I do have to learn some animation stuff to teach my students. So I will be animating in the near future, but probably not this stuff. I like the still frames. But,
yeah, it is really awesome, bro.
thank you.
Sick.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been working on this for a while. This hopefully will be in an anthology with Cosmic Lion Productions.
Oh,
So shout out to them. They're
our boy Eli.
and Anton and Ro and all the cool people out there who work on that stuff. And
Ro
if you
is
wanna-
also on the ballot for Zelda Awards. You can vote for
Oh,
Ro
yeah.
along with China Rosemaria for best. Yeah, China Rosemaria, Ro Higashi, and Jackie Ventress. We have a post on the Poly Comics page if you guys want to check it out and vote for them. It means a lot. Me and China's work are coming out in May, so it'd be cool to put that in the book.
Yeah. And if you want to read any of my stuff, if you look up Pens and Pedals on Global Comics or Wesley the Robot or Fritz's Pizza, I have the whole free comic to read on Global Comics. I think it's a great format. It gets you right into reading as quickly as possible. And it's all up for free. So
Ooh, sick. Love that, dude.
yeah,
Awesome.
people to read it. We make it so they can read it.
This is what I knocked out tonight. So this is I'm gonna do the blackout grid behind everything once I
Oof.
do it. But I knocked out my small panels.
Damn, dude.
That's tight, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome, dog. For real.
Thanks.
That
Thank
feels
you.
very old school underground comic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Thank you. And I try to finish this. I made it. I put an A instead of an H when I was talking to William. So I was like, all right, I need to stop. Fucking. Dude. But yeah, I just need this little section and I'm done. And then black out the back. And then I got to scan it this weekend and start doing my halftones and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that cube fucking image. So yeah, hopefully you guys will see me work on that next week probably. But other than that, we have a new episode of Inspired Ink Monday night. Kelly Kinzel, she did a book called The Alchemy Workbook, which is like this. It's like essentially like doing shadow work, and it's like a really cool improv journal where you kind of follow these prompts and you kind of get to understand yourself more creatively and open yourself up. She's a leadership coach and she created it, and it's a really cool book. So I can't wait to share more info and talk to Kelly about that. And then we have a new episode of the Print Shop coming out Tuesday, which will be a Comix Pro touch base. Dan Hills is over at Comix Pro right now, slinging our new blue line and talking to shops and retailers. So it's pretty cool. And then next week, another Spilled Ink. And then after that, I think I forget, but I'm pretty sure it's something. What day is it? I don't remember the day, but we got Brian McDonald. You guys should all look him up. We're having him come on Inspired Ink as well. I don't remember how dates work, so we'll see what day that is. So it's March 9th, but I don't know if that's the following week after next week. I don't remember. We'll find out. But other than that, thanks for hanging tonight, guys. This was a great night.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it
And
really
you all
was.
watching. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.